What's up, traders? It's Trader Timbo back with another video. Thank you guys for tuning in. Today I just wanted to go over a couple of the trades I took today. I took one on ES and one on NQ. So coming into today, we had this big move down overnight, gap down, all like the news with the war with Iran and all that stuff, oil prices. So there's a lot of fear in the market, right? So we ended up recovering from the lows overnight, and we had this nice push up. And ES and NQ both were kind of consolidating before the 9:30 open. So my plan coming in today was, let's wait and see which way we're going to break out of these consolidations, right? So you can see we had the pre-market highs up here, and then the most recent pre-market support area was around here on ES and over here on NQ at 24,340. So I was kind of waiting to see which way do they want to take this thing, right? We got targets below if we are weak, and then we got targets above with mostly previous day low zone, which is the red zone. And then, you know, if it ends up really picking up steam, maybe up to previous day high zone, which is the green zones up here. So let's go to the 5-minute chart. Kind of rewind it back here. So we opened, and you can see NQ pushed up, we rejected here. ES kind of rejected in this similar area, and then we weakened, we came down. And I was kind of looking to see, are we going to be able to hold underneath this pre-market support level on ES? You can see NQ came down, we bounced off it here, right? ES got below it, but on the push back up, we weren't able to hold below that 66.60 level. So they weren't able to flip it to resistance. And then we come back down again, bounce off the low of day here on ES, come back up. I wanted to see if they could roll it over. They came back above again. Same thing with NQ. NQ couldn't even get a close below the pre-market support area. So they end up holding it, and we push up. So I haven't done anything at this point, and we're already to almost an hour into the market, right? So the bulls end up pushing it back up, and then at this point right here, you can see on NQ they try to bring it back down to the bottom of the range, but they end up holding kind of near the middle of the range, near these EMAs, right? So that was kind of the first sign that we could maybe go higher for me, right? And the fact that ES couldn't hold below this level on these retests, these pushes back up, that was also a sign that maybe we're going to be bullish, right? So once we held this, and obviously had this strong push up above these pre-market high levels, at that point I was only interested in longs. So you can see we started to, the EMA started to kind of space out and started to slope after price on both of them. NQ was a little bit stronger overall, but you can see both of these, the EMAs flipped bullish here on ES, and NQ they were kind of staying sideways, and then they ended up spacing out here bullish. So we got that good strong candle close right here on NQ above that pre-market high. So at that point I'm saying, all right, I want to look for a pullback here near this 9 EMA to see if I can get an entry. So we ended up pulling back here, but it didn't really get as close to the 9 as I liked. And we also had previous day high right above here. So the risk reward wasn't great on this, right? So I looked at ES over here on the left side, and I saw if we get above this pre-market high, we have a little bit more room up on ES to get to that previous day low level. So I focused on ES, and let me go to my Ninja Trader here so you can see. So we'll go back to the 5-minute here. You can see the trade I took. So I basically waited for this push up, and then we ended up kind of rejecting that pre-market high level right here on ES. We had a little bit of rejection. It pulled back, but it made a higher low right here. We pushed back up. We came back down, formed another higher low, and kind of got near this 9 EMA, right? So it didn't touch it perfectly, but it was close to it, and we're making higher lows because we have strong momentum, so it's getting bought up, right? So as soon as we made that second higher low right here, and we engulfed this red candle, and we got above that pre-market high, I took it long right here, and just trying to get a push up to that previous day low level as my first target. So we end up getting that push. I take off half of it, and I end up moving my stop to break even on the rest, and I got stopped out break even on this, which was okay. So after that point, I switched back over to check out NQ, and you can see when we had that push up here on the left side here up to ES, NQ was also pushing, and we ended up moving back down to the previous day low level. So right here, so we had this move back down to the previous day low. So I'm thinking I want to be looking for a long here because we're still bullish overall, and we're coming back down to test that previous day low level. So it kind of acted as resistance a bit. We got above it, and I want to see it come back and hold above it to look for a long back near the 9 EMA as well. So let me go back down to the Ninja Trader here so you can see, bring MNQ up. So you can see we got above that previous day low, had a good 5-minute close above, came back down to it. And I entered basically right when I saw we bounced off the 9, we kind of started bouncing in this general area. I just got long. So I took it long here, and I was kind of risking if we were to close below the 9 or below the previous day low area, right? Like a strong red candle close down here, I would just got out because it would mean the trade wasn't holding this level, right? So I want that key level to hold on the pullback for my long entry. So ended up working. We pushed up. I took off half of it right here, right near that previous high. And then the other half, I was trying to see if we can get a little bit further up. Now, the ultimate target would have been that previous day high level, but it was a pretty good distance away. So I didn't think we were going to get there that quickly. So we kind of slowed down a bit here, but we were holding the 9 EMA pretty well. We were kind of just wicking off it. And we had a good push here. Came back to it again. I thought maybe I was going to get stopped out. I had my stop, I think, underneath this candle at this point. But we ended up getting a good push up, rejected near like a 750 psychological level. And then I trailed out underneath this 5-minute candle. And then that was it for my day with these trades. And you can see later on in the day, I was already done. I took my 2 trades and I was happy with it. But I told the Discord, I said, I still think there's a chance we can get up to that previous day high zone. So what do? We dropped all the way back down to previous day low area, bounced off it again near the 50 EMA this time. Got a good decent push up here, and then some news came out later in the day, and we ended up getting that push up previous day high zone here. So overall, happy with the day, but really the main thing is just kind of being patient, like having a plan for what you need to see happen, before you'll get into a trade. So since we're mostly sideways on all the EMAs to kind of start the day, we're in that range here from the pre-market level. Like if you're trying to take trades in this area, it's kind of unclear on which direction they want to take it yet. Had ES held underneath this 6660 level and NQ broke this 340 level, then I would have considered taking shorts. But we weren't able to hold underneath that level on ES, so that made me kind of just wait and be patient. So I think in the past, trying to like guess which direction they're going to take it, thinking you're going to miss a move, like you kind of have to let go of that and just wait for it to be clear. Like let the people with all the money, like all the institutions, let them show their hand and show what direction they want to take it, right? Let them break some levels and hold on those levels and have the EMAs with your favor, and then you take the trade, right? So there's no need to rush anything. Let the market show its hand, let levels break, and then wait for the pullback. For me, I like to use the the 5-minute 9 EMA. Just entering back near that, near level is ideal, obviously, too. But, don't be entering when we're extended from the 9 EMA, right? We want to be entering kind of back near it so you can have a good risk reward, right? So that was my day. Right now I have just 2 funded accounts with, let me see, 2 funded accounts with Apex, these top 2 right here. Today was the first day on them, so they're up like $400 on the day. And then I traded these bottom 2 as well. I didn't touch these ones. They're a few $100 away from passing. And I want to see if I can get a payout on these top 2 and then use the payout money to fund these accounts if I end up getting them past here. They're only a few $100 away. So, and then these ones I lost on last Friday, so I'm just trying to build those back up. So we'll see how the rest of the week goes here. So hopefully this video was helpful for you guys to kind of see my process and how I go about just looking for trades and what I want to see before I take a trade, right? Just kind of waiting for that clear momentum is really the key, the clear direction. So let the big guys, the institutions, let them show their hand first. You don't need to predict which way they're going to break it. Just let them make it clear, and then once we're kind of getting good closes beyond a level, we're holding on moves back down, we're making higher lows, we're pushing, like that's when you want to get in, right? We don't need to guess breakouts and get stuck, because if you took any of these, like if you thought we're going to break this level here, you got stopped out. Same thing here. If you thought we're going to break down again, you're getting screwed again. So just be patient, let the candles kind of show the way, and you don't need to predict anything. Let them, when these EMAs are kind of bunched up like this, it's not clear yet. Let them start to get spaced out a bit. I have the 200, the 50, and the 9 EMA on the 5-minute chart. So that's what I like to use, but you can really use any combination of, whether you like to use the 2-minute, 3-minute, 5-minute chart. I like the 200, the 50, and the 9, but you can really use, you could use the 45, the 48, you could use the 10, the 13. It really doesn't matter. So it's just kind of a personal preference thing. I like the 5-minute 9 EMA. It seems to be a good overall guide for kind of just being on the right side of trades. So yeah, hopefully you guys found this helpful. And then if you guys did like the video, if I brought you guys some value, if you guys wouldn't mind using my codes if you're going to buy any accounts at Apex or Lucid. Right now I think Apex is still 85% off with all their new accounts, and then Lucid I think is 50% off for your first 2 accounts right now, and then I think it goes down to 40% after that. So if you guys use the code Timbo, I'd really appreciate it. And if you guys want to hop in the free Discord, I'm in there every day, kind of calling out what I'm seeing. I can actually show you guys here just some of the stuff from this morning. Scrolling on up here, so you can see, like, to start the day I said I want to see NQ break out of this orange box, right? That was that range I was talking about, right? So I'm just kind of like showing my thoughts, what I'm seeing. If you guys want to hop in there, it's free. I'll put a link in the description. So all right guys, thanks for watching, and I'll try to make more videos coming up here soon as well, more trade reviews like this. And I think I'm going to start live streaming again, either this week or next week. I'm going to start live streaming again. So all right guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one. All right, later.